Hi everyone, if you're planning to move to Australia, I'm here to make sure that I can persuade you from not doing it. There's a few reasons behind it. I list down at least 10 reasons why. Number one is low wages. According to my research on the biggest library out there in the world, which is called Google, Australia is the second on the top 20 lists of countries with the highest wages in the world. And this is absolutely appalling because we're only number 2. Luxembourg is number 1. Now you might be wondering, yes, John, how can I live a certain lifestyle with only having number 2 highest wages out there in the world? We need to be number 1. The government has to do something about this. I mean, to put it into perspective, here in Australia, we don't have any tipping culture, unlike America. The reason why is we love our citizens enough to make sure that they have a decent wage, and we don't allow our citizens to pay for the wages of hospitality workers. No, 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 no. We expect businesses to pay Australians properly. The audacity of Australia, eh? Number 2 is cost of living. Since we're the second highest wage earners out there in the world, cost of living should really put us in the higher ranks out there in the world. According to Cost of Living Index, we are ranked number 23. And what's United Kingdom again? 21? What about US? United States is 17? Well, surely quality of life would be definitely low, right? According to the Quality of Life Index, we are ranked number 11, while USA is ranked at number 14. What about United Kingdom? They're at 22, while Canada, 27. Well, number 3 is our housing crisis. In Australia, there's a housing crisis wherein people can't afford to rent in properties, let alone buy one, because we all want to live near Sydney CBD. And if you're a migrant like me, of course, why should I move away from the city? My entitlement would not allow me to do so. I mean, it's not like I've uprooted my whole life from another country and moved to an unfamiliar place. No, I don't want that. Everything should be catered to my way of life, right? Not the other way around. Why would I want to move to a place called Orange in regional New South Wales, where a property would cost $350,000 to $400,000 compared to Sydney, where it's almost $1.3 million? What kind of name is Orange anyways? Do they grow oranges there? Wait, what? They don't? They grow grapes? Does that mean they make wine there? The bests? One of the best in Australia? Anyway, the 4th on the list is that there's no jobs. Australian unemployment rate is currently at 4.2%. Compared that to other Western countries, such as USA, currently at 4.3%, United Kingdom at 4.7%, and Canada at 7.1%. As you can see, based on the numbers itself, we have a lot of Australians that are currently unemployed. This is a bad sign for people who just wants to contribute to the society by working on honest living. Wait, what? That's actually low? Oh, okay. Well, even so, it's going to be hard for people to find jobs because they need college degrees or university degrees for you to find a good job. Wait, what? They can have high-paying jobs here in Australia even without a degree? But I don't believe you. Name one. What? Trades, plumbing, electricians, and even laborers? Any kind of laborers in the mining campsites? Well, surely they can get promoted to higher management roles without a university degree. Wait, what? What now? You can be a manager without a degree. Okay. Well, the next on the list is high taxes. The taxes here in Australia is massive. It could go up to 45% for people who's earning $190,000 and above. This is very painful for rich people. We shouldn't be taxing the rich, right? And the median salary here in Australia is 70%, which means you'll be taxed at 30%. That's actually okay. Well, sales tax. Sales tax here in Australia is at 10%. Compare it to other countries such as France and United Kingdom, who's currently at 20%. 20%. It is right, 20%. And New Zealand is at 15%. 15%. Jesus. Anyways, the next one on the list is bad healthcare. If you're a citizen or a resident here in Australia, you are forced to have Medicare. Medicare is a tax-funded health insurance which covers free to low-cost medical services to eligible people. Wait, surely that's not the case, right? You mean every surgeries, even cancer treatments, it's free? What kind of country is this? Why do they love their people? In other countries, if you are poor and you get sick, you just die. But in here, you mean I still need to compete in the rat race? Because I'm not gonna die? Another one on the list is there's no safety net. Australian residents and citizens get childcare subsidies if they put their kids into daycare, which normally they need to because both parents would be working. I mean, not everyone can have their parents or grandparents looking after the grandkids, right? But the problem is, why are they not paying for everything? I mean, you know what I mean? And if you lose your job, you get job seeker programs, and they also have funds for disability programs and pension for the elder communities. For the people who's not earning that much money, you also could get rent subsidy, and you're also going to have paid parental leave from the government. Hi everyone, and if you didn't notice, as you can see, I've changed my background. Oh my God! I'm wearing my shorts. Cut. The next one on the list is high crime rate. In Australia, the crime rate is so massive wherein if you see a murder in the news, it's always gonna be run for a couple of days or even weeks. The reason why is it rarely happens here in Australia. So when it does, the media sensationalizes it compared to countries such as Philippines, where I came from. If a murder happens, it's just another Tuesday. In fact, when I first moved here in Australia, I was living in a so-called rough environment or neighborhood, which is called Mount Druitt. But compare this to the slums in the Philippines, where I normally hang out with my friends. Back when I was a teenager, this looks like and feels like a gated community. Another one on the list is they have corrupt government. According to the Corruption Perception Index, Australia is ranked number 10 in the least corrupt governments out there in the world. Do you know how many governments are there in this list? It's 180 governments. And we rank number 10. Compare that to the Philippines, which is ranked 119, where a government official receives approximately 1 billion Australian dollars as a bonus for uncompleted or bogus flood control projects. And in South Sudan, where they have to resort to piracy to earn a living. I mean, Captain Phillips. And last on our list would be that they're anti-immigrants. On August 31st, 2025, there was a rally called March for Australia. The purpose of this rally is to protest against migration, and there's a couple of neo-Nazis that were involved in the movement. And according to the police, there were just slightly over 50,000 people who attended the rally. And that is a huge number. Since I'm Asian and I love doing math, let's run the numbers. 50,000 people against 27 million in population. That means that the people that attended the rally is not even more than 0.5%, which means it's less than 0.5% of the population. What this means is that over 99.5% of the population do not agree with this sentiment. Because if people actually do agree, then there will be a lot more than 50,000 people in there. So please, when you see these kinds of things, make sure that you know this is not a representation of the entire country. And I've lived here in Australia for 9 years. I've assimilated, I love the culture, I love the country. In fact, I married an Aussie, had 2 beautiful kids, and my biggest regret is I wish I moved here a lot more earlier. If the last part of the list caught your attention, I've actually created a video on the reasons why this occurred, and the link is right here. So watch this video if you want to know more. And as always, please like and subscribe so that we can make more videos like this. I'll see you next time.